Hey everyone, this is Jennifer with This Is Our Region. I wanted to introduce myself and let you know that I am the face behind this page. I'm happy for everyone who is stopping by or checking things out or following me. I created this page about 2 months ago just for fun to share my home, Northwest Indiana. We have a lot of history and beautiful things that surround us, and so I thought I would create this page and challenge myself. I'm a bit older, and getting behind the camera is a little bit unnerving. So here I am. I am at the old Lake County Sheriff's House and Jail. We're going to take a tour and look around, so stay with me. This is Sandy. She is the president of the Sheriff's House Foundation, and she's going to take us on a little tour.
Hi guys, okay, tell you some fun stuff. Follow me. Some of you may have been here already and have already gone through here, but you haven't, so we're gonna have fun with you.
Yes.
So in this area, they finished the booking process with the inmates when they would come in. And if you look up, if you can kind of get that, this is where you really begin to see how big this jail actually is. For you Dillinger fans, this is where that famous photo came from, where you saw everybody gathered together and Dillinger had his arm on the guy next to him like this, and everybody said, that was a signal to get a gun. Well, that's where this famous photo was taking place, but we're gonna talk about another cell block. So let's go this way. All right, this is trustees, but before it was trustees, this was one of the criminal cell blocks. So come on in. Okay, we are losing our light outside, so we're just gonna kind of go through and show you a little bit. And I cannot highlight what's on the floor, but the cool thing is when we took up the tile, I think you can see it down here. There's paw prints in the cement.
Oh.
So they go all the way down, which means when they were laying the cement originally, somebody had a dog or a big cat in here with them. And we do know a lot of the sheriffs did have their own dogs, which is really cool. But I'm gonna bring you down here a little further. And a lot of people know about this inmate. We talk about her a lot. And but I wanna tell you the story. 1925, we had an inmate here, and she was in second to last cell to the end. So we're going right here. And her name was Ann Cunningham. Now, Ann Cunningham, unfortunately, was going through a lot of stuff. She was 49 years old. She said she had blue periods, and she ended up giving arsenic to her children. And 3 of them passed away from that. And then at the time, because her husband and son had died also, they exhumed their bodies and checked them too. And while Anne was here, she got special care from the matron, but she did try to take her life when she was here. It's a very sad story all the way around. But she ended up being acquitted. And the daughter that survived, her 18-year-old daughter, May, she ended up living her life out, living with her daughter. So it's kind of a crazy story, and you can find more about her online. Her name was Ann Cunningham, and you can look up that story, but she was here. Wow. And that's just one of so many. And people think about the Dillinger jail, but there's so much more history here. So if you ever get a chance, and you love this video and you love what she's putting out there for you guys, you know, come in for a visit. We open in May for tours.
Okay, thank you.
Bye. Okay, so as you enter the criminal cell block, you have the day room or the bullpen. So that was an area the inmates would go to visit with people. There's visitor screens there if they have visitors, or they could eat, play cards, play chess. In later years, they even had a TV in here for them. Also in the day room is a shower. And if you wanna go that way, when you look in there, you can see how you can look right into the shower. So the guards could keep an eye on anybody in here, make sure nothing was happening. But I will tell you a quick story. In 1957, George Brown, the Indiana Dunes Slayer, was here, right? So he was able to break this bar off. It's still missing. He was able to get that bar off, and then he snapped a bigger bar from the shower ceiling and used it to snap all the lower bars here. And then him and 5 other men escaped out of the window down here.
Wow.
Yeah,
So we've had a few people escape from here.
well, Dillinger was the first big one. But then after that, it happened more and more frequently. So we have a bunch of pictures about Dillinger and stuff here. We believe this last cell was Dillinger's. And you can see the difference here. There's 4 to a cell instead of 2 that we saw downstairs. The other cool thing is if you look at the height of the doors and the beds, when this was originally built in 1927 is when they began the building. Average height for a man, I think, was 5'9". Average height for a woman was 5'1". So actually, I think men were a little, maybe 5'7". So you're gonna see, like, in jails today, you don't see them this low. You know, everything is very open and tall.
Right.
And then at the back here, this peephole on the back wall goes into the warden's apartment, and that's his bedroom closet. So at night, the warden could look in here and make sure none of the inmates were out when they weren't supposed to be. And then this window next to me here, you see how that mesh is pulled up?
Yes.
That was from the George Brown escape. After that happened, they added the outer metal mesh grating out there because of that escape. Is that wild?
Yes, it is.
Yeah, there were many,
Wow.
many changes over the years. Actually, this is where Universal Studios filmed their part here of Public Enemies. So the doors are not real. Our doors were gone already. These doors are wood and they're on a track. So there's a pulley. So when you see them open and close, it's just like a pulley system.
I see, okay.
The bench is original to the room, and we're back in 1908, so the bench used to be bolted down to the floor in here. And this was general population, like I said.
Okay.
But we're able to have a lot of events up here and have a lot of fun with it now.
Right.
Yeah, and there would have been tables and things in here also for the inmates for playing cards and eating. This was probably a little more relaxed. You know, like I can show you up there, but it's just more cell blocks.